Are you ready to publish your family history, but you're unsure whether to self-publish or go with a traditional publisher? Let's explore both options to help you make the best decision based on your budget, skill set, and time availability. Welcome to the Write Your Family Histories channel's Writer's Corners, where you ask questions that don't quite fit various topics, and I answer them. But who am I? I'm Devin Noel Lee, the author of A Recipe for Writing Family History, a quick guide to help you rapidly write your family stories and turn them into books for your shelves. In the past, publishing your genealogy book often meant relying on a traditional publisher. Traditional family history publishing incurred expensive costs because a project often required a minimum order, sometimes as low as 20 books. For many, the dream of publishing their genealogy research remained out of reach. Today, the digital publishing world has plenty of options for the writer. Self-publishing platforms have opened up exciting options for genealogists with more control, flexibility, and budget-friendly choices than ever before. One of my favorites is lulus.com. I'm not sponsored by them, but I have been a loyal user for over a decade. Yet with these new options, there are different challenges that could halt your dream of making a printed book become a reality. So which path is right for you? Self-publishing brings smiles to budget-conscious genealogists. If you have the technical skills to format a book or are willing to learn, you'll find a wide range of tools in LibreOffice or Microsoft Word or Mac Pages to help you format your book. There are a few key benefits to self-publishing. They include your cost involve writing and formatting tools and the final printing. You don't have to pay additional for a person to compile and design your book. The design layout, font choices, and cover designs can reflect your preferences and your family's unique story. Self-publishing genealogists use on-demand or short-run services to allow you to order only as many copies as you need, including only one, reducing your upfront cost. Additionally, self-publishing platforms enable your family members to easily order copies without you holding inventory, which is a plus. While self-publishing doesn't decrease the size of your bank account as much as hiring a professional, you do pay with your time. Editing, formatting, and cover design may be skills you need to develop before you can finish your book. And if you don't make multiple books, your labor costs aren't spread across multiple creations. And in a sense, it becomes more expensive. If you lack the time or skills to create a polished book, a family history-focused publisher can handle much of the heavy lifting for you. If you need recommendations, be sure to find the blog post linked in the description box below. There are benefits to using a publisher. From cover design to printing, professional publishers can handle all of the technical aspects of creating a book so you can focus on research and storytelling. And let's face it, a genealogist, those are our two favorite things. Many publishers have experience in editing, designing, and formatting numerous books that they can leverage to make your book shine. So it's not just about having the skills, it's having the experience to find out what works for the many audiences and then bringing that talent to you. Their experience and talent are often worth the money you spend, as your book will stand out from self-published creations. Unfortunately, some professional publishers may still require minimum orders, which might mean paying for more copies than you need. However, donate those to libraries and archives and genealogical societies, and it's really not that bad. With some services, you may have less creative control over the final product, so be sure you review sample projects to ensure you like the styles these service providers create. Before we continue, if I have given you value during this video, please click the like button and subscribe. Then I would really love it if you would leave a comment or a question or other thoughts. My favorite part of doing the Write Your Family History channel is reading your comments and getting to know your challenges and hopefully motivating you to write those stories. When choosing between self-publishing and professional publishing, ask yourself these questions. Can you afford professional services, or would you prefer to keep costs low by doing it yourself? Are you willing to invest hours in learning formatting tools and managing the process? Or do you need someone to take on your project and turn it around in a reasonable time frame? But remember, how much time you have is different than your deadline to publish. So if you're going to use a professional service, start sooner rather than later. Do you feel confident designing a book, or would you benefit from expert assistance? Are you able to leverage design and book formatting tools, or is your skill set just as a writer and a researcher? It's okay if the answer is, yeah, I'm not really good at design. If you only need a few books, self-publishing might be the more economical choice. However, if you need 20 or more, perhaps the added cost of the professional publisher might distribute the higher cost across more books, which in a sense brings down the cost even though it has a sticker shock when you first look at it. The ultimate choice of whether to use self-publishing or traditional publishers ties back to two principles. Number one, if family history isn't fun, you're doing it wrong. Number two, genealogy should be shared so you capture and preserve your family legacy so future generations will know it. Which publishing option will ensure you're having fun sharing your genealogy research and it captures your legacy? When you answer that question and combine that with your skill set and budget constraints, the answer will be very, very clear. But your answer might be different than another viewer, and that's okay. To review more of my thoughts on self-publishing and professional publishing services, check the links in the description box. But for now, this is Writer's Corners. I want to hear from you. Let's begin a discussion about family history publishing. What questions can I ask about your desire to write and publish your family histories? What questions would you like me to ask a few of my professional publishing friends to help you understand the design and formatting choices? I can't wait to read your questions and concerns and even your recommendations. If you have some success stories, I also want to hear those as well. It's time for viewer comments time. In the video, Risk of Sharing Genealogy Online, a few comments were really interesting and I wanted to share them. Kat Walker, a subscriber for 2 weeks at the time of this recording, said, "My feelings on people stealing any of my work is I share it, specifically for others to know and use. I want others to use my work. I want others to evaluate and authenticate my work. I want others to know what I know. And if something that I share opens a brick wall that someone else has, the better I feel. In my mom's family tree, there's a lot of adoptions out of the family. My openness to share my work has already helped at least 3 of my distant cousins find out about their family, and I wouldn't have it any other way. I'm so excited about your success story. Yay!" Now, Blau Baker said, "Thank you for the thoughts in this video. I'm not at the point of being able to write a story about an ancestor unless I categorize it as a true life mystery. But you helped me think through whether or not I'm okay with someone copying my work. I would be okay with that if it was used correctly and not thrown together with other data that shouldn't be in the story. But that would be on them." Yup. When you share something, you can't control whether people are going to mix it in a pot and blend it together and come out with something completely different than what is intended. So share, and it's okay to be like, "Oh my gosh, they messed up," but it's still on them. I really liked your closing statement there. Now, Bridget, a subscriber for over a year, says, "Over the years following your channel, this is the only friendly disagreement I have. No worries. I don't mind sharing. I don't mind too much stealing. Credit would be nice. But I have experienced the following problems while sharing. Somebody found my research. I'm a retired, she talks about what she did in her professional life. She does say my genealogy work is well documented and cited. So a person found my work, attached it to their ancestor, and later the person also attached undocumented facts or a new spouse. They were climbing someone else's tree. Unfortunately, my name is now attached to the mistake or the wrong person, and that's what drives me crazy as a researcher, to find my careful work attached to the wrong person and being copy and pasted over and over again. I don't have a solution to the problem. Like you said, it's on the internet, anybody can find it, and it's okay. The problem is how they use it. I want to open this up to thoughts of the community. What do you think about your name being attributed to the wrong information? We can't prevent that. However, if somebody cites you and goes back to your original research, they're going to see the discrepancy. And that's part of the peer review process. People will soon find out, I don't want to believe this information. I want to believe this information, this more accurately analyzed and sourced. So that's one of the problems of collaborative genealogy. It's also the problem of genealogy with everybody having their own tree and not working together to resolve the issues, but that's another topic for another day. Now, Tricia had an interesting perspective. Here's the thing. I'm not trying to be crowned the reigning champ of best story about my ancestor. My goal is to be the family researcher who finds the coolest, most accurate, and entertaining stories, and then actually writes and shares them. I like that you emphasize the actually writes. Good job. I want to build my reputation as a good researcher. Everything I write goes into the public domain because what's the alternative? Tucking it away in a folder where no one will ever see it? Nah, that's not my vibe. Sure, someone might swipe my work, but I just ask for credit where it's due. If they don't, well, karma's gonna come back. At the end of the day, the stories are what matter. Let's get them out there for everyone to enjoy. Otherwise, what's the point? You know what, Tricia, that is so spot on. I think we're going to leave the comments there. Remember to like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe on your way out. Then go write your family history.